My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey gang, welcome back. Today we got a special guest zooming in all the way from Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories. We've got Wonder Nuglavu. I hope I didn't destroy your last name too badly there, Wonder. And Wonder is doing deals from a distance. He is doing land development deals in Alberta while he's living in Yellowknife. So Wonder, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Hey, Dave. How you doing?
I am great. All right. So let's just find out, what are you up to with real estate investing? We're in March of 2025 as we're doing this interview. What does your portfolio, what does your real estate investing business look like right now?
So right now, to have food in my mouth, I do a lot of short-term rentals in Yellowknife.
Short-term rentals in Yellowknife. Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
Because it's a big place for tourism, Northern Lights. Everyone wants to see what -50 feels like. So
once
in a lifetime. Then in the summertime, everyone wants to feel what 24 daylight feels like. So
yeah.
So that's helping me feed myself and my family.
Very good. Wonder, I'm guessing you're not from Yellowknife originally.
No. All the way from Zimbabwe. All the way from down south to all the way up north.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Zimbabwe to Yellowknife. That's like 100-degree difference in temperature from extreme to extreme almost.
Sometimes when I go home, I leave here, it's -45. I get there, it's 40. So a difference of 85 degrees.
Oh my goodness, man. I remember years ago, I went up to Fort McMurray in Alberta.
Yeah.
And I saw all these folks from Africa, different parts of Africa working up there. I'm going, my God. Not just culture shock and language shock and all that stuff, but then climate shock must be mind-boggling.
Yeah, but if you're going to get shocked, might as well get shocked with everything, right?
Okay, very cool. So you're in the short-term rental business. How long have you been doing that in Yellowknife? And how many properties do you guys have right now?
Right now we're doing 7 short-term properties, but I've been doing real estate for 12 years. So done the flips, done the renovations, buy rehab and all that kind of stuff.
All in Yellowknife? Is that where you got started?
All in Yellowknife. I bought a couple of properties in Edmonton, but I found I was getting more cash flow doing the other stuff this side.
I bet.
But then now for long-term and stuff, I found just the perfect project that suits me, my needs and my goals. So that's
very good. And we'll talk about that in a second, but I'm very curious about the short-term rentals in Yellowknife because now that you explain it, it makes a lot of sense. But like on the surface, be like, but yeah, people want to see Northern Lights. Yeah. People want to see 24 hours of sunshine in the summertime. Yeah. There's got to be a lot of curiosity. So you got 7 different properties. What do they look like? Single family homes, condos, apartments? What do you got?
So my strategy with my wife is we like to buy a single home with a basement.
Okay.
Do a full reno on it, get a basement suite, long-term rental in the basement, then Airbnb in the top.
Smart. So you got the best of both worlds, right? You got the stability of the long-term tenant, and then you got the extra cash flow with the short-term rentals.
So basically the downstairs will pay the mortgage, pay the expenses, because the rents are pretty high up here. Yeah. Then the upstairs then will pay for I got a big tummy, right? So I need to
it puts the groceries on the table.
Yeah, it puts the groceries on the table.
I hear you, Wonder. Okay, very, very cool, very smart. So when it comes to managing these 7 short-term rentals, do you guys have a team of cleaners and whatnot that do the turnovers? Do you guys do that yourselves? You hire it out? What does that look like?
So we created a property management company. Yeah. And in there we have an employee. And then we look for part-time employees who can come in and help. And then my wife does the communication with everyone else. And she's the smart one, so she runs everything. I deal with the renovations and all that kind of stuff, right?
You're the
Finding
handy kind of guy.
yeah,
So she's the one doing the listings and dealing with
yeah,
the ratings and reviews and all that
yeah,
nitpicky stuff. Yeah, there's
yeah,
a lot involved in that.
yeah,
Very, very interesting. Okay, cool. So that's what you're doing. That's what's paying the bills right now. But now you're getting into a much bigger project
yeah,
way down south for you in Alberta. So tell me
yeah.
a little bit about that. What's this looking? What are you up to with that?
Okay, so it's a $22 million project, 70 townhomes, solid, like concrete and steel, right?
Okay.
Mold
So
resistant.
whereabouts? 70 townhomes.
Yeah,
Whereabouts?
Stony Plain, Alberta. Just
So
a 15-20 minute drive from Western Mall.
so from West Edmonton Mall in Edmonton, it's about
Yeah,
20-minute drive, Stony
yeah,
Plain, 70 townhome units. What
yeah.
size of a piece of land is that?
5 acres of,
5 acres.
yeah,
Okay, very good.
yeah.
And how far along are you in the project so far, Wonder?
So right now we're just starting off. Like we're looking for development permits. We just getting all the permits done and everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
the surveyor has been through, and like the architect has everything done. But the town has been going back and forth with us. Like, oh, we want you to move 1 meter. Then you go back. Oh, we want you to move something else 1 meter, right? But
No.
we're almost there, though. We're almost there.
So how long have you had the property and been in this part of the process for so far, Wonder?
So it's been since September. Uh, we got it on contract in December, but we're talking back and forth from September. Then December we got the property. Then we just started
December of 2024, you got it.
24. Yeah,
Okay, you got it tied up. You've got it under
yeah,
contract.
tied up. Yeah,
Okay, so right now it's March of 2025. So you're
yeah,
about realistically about 3.5 months
yeah,
into this project. So right now it's all about the permits and the zonings and all that
yeah.
kind of stuff. That
All
part
the
of the
fun
development.
stuff, eh? Yeah, all the fun
Well,
stuff.
you know what? I don't have any experience personally in this, but I've interviewed a lot of people that are in the development business,
Yeah.
and there's a huge value lift just doing that. So I don't know, did you buy the 5 acres already zoned for this, or do you have to get them rezoned for multifamily development?
No, we got them rezoned, but with Alberta right now being the best place to invest in,
Uh-huh.
because they need people so much. Now you find the towns they are working with investors.
Yeah, they're more
So
cooperative.
you found that even when we went to them, they gave us a suggestion of what they wanted and what they would approve. So
So
we're
now
like,
now it's the planning process that you're going
yeah,
through right now. Okay, cool.
because when we went in there, like I was gonna be happy with 40 townhomes and stuff, but
Ooh.
when the town was like, well, this place can get 71 townhomes, I said, bingo, we're going to 70 there.
Yeah, why not? Okay. So the goal is to build 70 townhomes there.
Yeah,
Now that you're working on the plans, paint me a picture of what does a typical townhome in that community look like? How many bedrooms, how many baths, how many square feet,
yeah,
how many stories? Just kind of
yeah.
paint the picture for us.
So you have a single garage,
Yeah.
like
One
1500
car
square,
garage,
yeah, 1500 square home, and then you
1,500
have like
square feet.
square feet, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have a fence at the back, so
Yeah.
little John can go and play with his dog and be safe.
So each one's got its own private yard in
Yeah,
the back.
I'm gonna make
Okay.
sure everyone's gonna have his private yard,
Yeah.
and then 70 townhomes, still in concrete, mold resistant, because I'm looking for long term, and I want to make sure these buildings are there way after I'm gone. And
Yeah.
here's the nice part, Dave:
Yeah.
geothermal heating and cooling,
Oh, very nice.
and solar panels. So we're
Okay.
trying
So
to be as
1,500
green as
square
possible.
feet. How many bedrooms? How many baths?
3 bedrooms, 2 bath.
Okay. Perfect. So perfect
But
entry level type homes, first
yeah,
homeowner type thing. Yeah.
but 22 of them, we're gonna make them 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, two and a
Really?
half bath. Yeah,
Why is that? Why have you decided to?
because the end units, we realize like why have a bonus room when you can have a window, and have more people in a family living in there? Why not?
Okay. Right.
Yeah,
Are they gonna have basements in them themselves or no basements?
no, no basements on this one. No.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay, that's very, very cool. Simplifies things a lot as well.
yeah.
So, are you planning to build these to sell them or build to rent or what's build for condominiums? What's the end goal with the property?
So we're building them for long term to hold.
So
But
build to rent. You want to
yeah,
hold them long term and rent as rental properties.
yeah. But the town already, when we came in, going back and forth, it was easier for the townhome to say no, just get single titles per townhome, which also protects the investors because if need be, we need to pull out money, we can sell them single titles because they're single
Yeah.
titles. Right?
Well, it's interesting, Wonder, because I've interviewed a few other folks and their strategy is to do exactly that.
Yeah,
Build however many, 50, 60 units,
yeah,
and then sell off 40 of them
yeah,
and then hold on to 10 of them or something like that, free and clear, no mortgage,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
But
which is pretty smart.
yeah, it's
But
not a bad.
yeah, the way I'm looking at it, it's the main reason why, because I could have just done my short-term rentals. I think I'll be okay for the rest of my life with my wife. But
Yeah.
coming from Zimbabwe, like we mentioned, I've been to school with, like I went home 2 years ago, and this really struck me. That's why I went to the big deals. Went home 2 years ago. I know one guy who was hardworking, hardworking. This guy could easily have been a doctor. So when I last saw him like some 20 years ago. I was pretty sure he's some doctor or whatever. Dave, I saw this guy as a cashier when I got home. And I asked him what happened. He couldn't even find funding. Nobody could give this brilliant, hardworking guy any funding for him to be something. And he was forced to go work to feed his mom and his kids.
Yeah.
So I look at it, and me and my wife were talking like, listen, this is where we're from. There's more when God gives you like a talent, you can do more for people. These
Mm.
townhomes, I'm going to build schools, and I'm gonna pay for people's universities. People are hardworking. Like we're gonna go through a lot of like to make sure people deserve it, and we're planning to build a hospital and
Wow.
to build a highway.
Wow. So
So
yeah, this is
this
going to be
is
your
way bigger than
vehicle. Yeah,
yeah,
the wealth you create for yourself from this vehicle, you're going
yeah,
to use that back
yeah,
home, or well,
yeah,
home is here now for you, but back in
yeah. Home is here
Zimbabwe.
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm not
that's
limiting myself to Zimbabwe, right? Because it's if you look around the world, if somebody who needs help, like energy, like God, whatever,
mhm.
will be directed to us or our fund, and we want to help as many people as we possibly can. But we'll start off with where we know there's a big problem, right? And that's
Yeah,
the reason why we're doing steel and concrete, because I want to make sure even way after I die, even after our investors are gone, that corporation should be able to at least have a funding from those buildings to be able to still keep helping the world, because the world doesn't stop with me and you, Dave. It keeps
yeah,
going after, right? So if you set something up, like I need something like buildings that are minimum maintenance for like 100 years, and
I get it.
then whoever messes it up afterwards, that's on them, right?
Okay, it's all making sense now. Awesome, Wonder. Well, you got this up and going under contract. What's the next step in the project for you? What comes next in this deal?
So if the development permits come out, the next step, what we're talking with the contractor and stuff, it's I guess we should be digging. Hopefully, I'm praying. Hopefully, like maybe mid-April or end of April, we should start digging.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
very good.
but we're gonna split to phases, right? We can't do all the seven at one time
Yeah,
because
exactly. I
of
mean,
temperature and
you
all
have
that
to come up
stuff.
with the funding for each different
Yeah,
stage of the project. You're going
yeah,
to be bringing on joint venture partners
yeah,
and whatnot to work with you on that. Well,
yeah,
that's exciting stuff, Wonder. I really appreciate you kind of sharing what you're up to. I'm sure
yeah,
there's going to be some people interested in connecting with you,
yeah,
either to find out about your what you're doing with this project or to find out about your properties in Yellowknife or to find out
yeah,
about what you're doing in Zimbabwe. If people
yeah.
want to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
I think the easiest way is Facebook. I go with it's very simple. Wonder Engine. Look how creative I am. Just Google Wonder Engine, one word, and you'll find us.
Yeah, so it's your and your wife's names, Wonder
Yeah,
and Jean,
yeah,
Jean. Is that correct?
yeah. Jean. Yeah.
All right. Well,
So
that
you just
is,
type that, you'll see our smiley faces. It will just pop out.
I think that's very clear. That's smart. Wonder and Jean, you're a
Yeah,
dynamic duo. You're a team working together. I
yeah.
love it. Awesome, Wonder. Well, thanks very much for being on the show. This has been a lot of fun.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
All right, everybody, take care, and we will see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.